And I'm happy that you guys got to see just a small piece of what I dealt with.
And I'm happy that you guys got to see just a small piece of what I dealt with. Hold up. We've got some bombshell news coming your way about Kim K and Kanye. Word on the street is that their relationship was hiding some major drama behind closed doors. Kanye is spilling all the tea. And let's just say it's piping hot. He's dropping bombs left and right about Kim's secret party lifestyle. And it's got everyone shook. Buckle up, because this inside scoop is about to blow the lid off their picture-perfect image. Turns out, while Kanye was at home, Kim was out here living her best life at Diddy's exclusive bashes. The revelations are juicy, the shade is real, and the fallout is going to be epic. Get ready to see a whole new side to this power couple story. He's offering a description of crazy. But when you start getting in certain areas, they're not going to actually be compassionate for what's going on with him. Or because he's not crazy, where he doesn't know what he's saying. He knows exactly what he's saying. Kanye just dropped a bombshell that's got everyone talking. Word on the street is that Kim Kardashian was attending Diddy's exclusive parties while she was still married to Kanye. That's right, Kanye decided to spill the tea on his ex-wife's secret party life. And it's causing quite a stir. Now let's rewind for a second. Kim and Kanye were once the hottest couple in Hollywood. Their lavish wedding and picture-perfect family had everyone swooning, but behind closed doors, it seems like things weren't as rosy as they appeared. According to Kanye, Kim was hitting up Diddy's parties on the down low, mingling with the who's who of the entertainment industry. You might be thinking, so what? It's just a few parties. But here's the thing, these weren't just any parties. Diddy's series are known for being over-the-top star-studded affairs where anything can happen. And apparently Kim was right in the middle of it, all rubbing elbows with the rich and famous. While her husband was none the wiser, Kanye's revelation has sent shockwaves through the celebrity world. Fans are divided, with some calling Kim out for her alleged party girl behavior and others defending her right to let loose every once in a while. But one thing's for sure, this tea is piping hot, and everyone's eager to see how it all plays out. It is getting ready to take down every superstar that ever was from past. Now, before we jump to conclusions, let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture. Kanye and Kim's marriage was far from perfect, with rumors of trouble in paradise circulating for years. Could Kim's alleged party attendance have been a symptom of deeper issues in their relationship? Or was it just a harmless way for her to blow off some steam? Either way, Kanye's bombshell has opened up a can of worms that's sure to keep the gossip mills churning for weeks to come. So buckle up, because this roller coaster ride is just getting started. And speaking of ride or die, Kanye's reaction to this whole situation is something you won't want to miss, with some speculating he now hold up, because Kanye's reaction to all of this is where things get really juicy. When he found out about Kim's secret party life with Diddy, he was not happy. Can you imagine finding out your spouse's house has been hitting up wild parties behind your back? Talk about a betrayal of trust. Word on the street is that Kanye was absolutely livid when he discovered what Kim had been up to. He felt like he'd been played for a fool. And who could blame him? I mean, here he was thinking his marriage was solid, only to find out his wife was out there living it up without him. But it's not just about the parties themselves. It's the emotional and psychological toll this kind of betrayal can take on a person. Kanye was probably questioning everything he thought he knew about his relationship with Kim. Were there other sec she was keeping from him? How long had this been going on? And let's not forget the public humiliation factor. As one of the most famous couples in the world, Kanye and Kim's every move is scrutinized by the media and fans alike. So for Kanye to find out that his wife was sneaking around behind his back, that's got to be a tough pill to swallow. You can only imagine the arguments and fights that must have gone down between them. Kanye is not exactly known for being a calm and collected guy, so you know he was probably throwing some serious shade Kim's way. And who could blame him? When you're in a committed relationship, you expect your partner to be honest and faithful. But here's the thing, this kind of betrayal doesn't just affect the couple themselves. It can have ripple effects on their whole family and social circle. Kanye and Kim have 4 young kids together. And you have to wonder how this whole situation impacted them. Did they sense the tension between their parents? Did they overhear any heated arguments? And then there's the public fallout once word got out about Kim's party antics. The media had a field day. Tabloids were splashing the news across their front pages, and social media was blowing up with hot takes and memes. It's the kind of scandal that can really damage a celebrity's reputation, and Kanye and Kim are no exception. So yeah, it's safe to say that Kanye's reaction to all of this was pretty intense. He was hurt, angry, and probably feeling more than a little humiliated. And who knows what kind of long-term impact this betrayal had on their relationship. One thing's for sure, the cracks in their marriage were starting to show. And it would only be a matter of time before the whole thing came crumbling down. In fact, the fallout from Kim's party-going ways would go on to be a key factor in Ash. But to uncover that, we'll need to dig deeper into the impact these events had on their relationship. Mark these words, it will happen someday. And I had this, like, of course. I'm a divorced. And this is like a funny thing, I thought, being that her name is no longer West, and my name is no longer Ye. If there was ever, sorry, being that her name is no longer West, and my name is now only Ye. If we were ever to be together again, what would our name be? Kim, would you live? That the impact of Kim's secret party life on her marriage to Kanye was like a ticking time bomb, just waiting to explode. Word on the street is that these A-list events at Diddy's place were the straw that broke the camel's back. Can you imagine the tension brewing between them? The trust issues, the arguments, the constant questioning of each other's loyalty. It's enough to make even the strongest relationship crumble. But hold up, because it wasn't just about the parties themselves. Now this goes way deeper than that. Kanye was probably feeling like he was playing second fiddle to Kim's social life. She's out there rubbing elbows with the who's who of Hollywood, while he's at home wondering where his wife is. That's got to sting, right? And let's not forget the media scrutiny. Once word got out about Kim's party antics, the tabloids were all over it like white on rice headlines, screaming about the trouble in paradise and cracks in the Kardashian West marriage. That kind of public pressure can make even the most solid couple question their relationship. But here's the real kicker, these parties weren't just a one-time thing. Nah, this was a pattern of behavior that had been going on for who knows how long. And you know what they say, where there's smoke, there's fire. So it's no wonder that Kanye was starting to feel like he couldn't trust his own wife, and trust, well, that's the foundation of any good marriage. Without it, you've got nothing. So when Kim was out there living it up at Diddy, she was slowly chipping away at that foundation. Each party, each secret, each lie was like another crack in the armor of their relationships. So yeah, it's no surprise that these events played a major role in their eventual split. How can you come back from something like that? The damage was done. And there was no going back. Kim and Kanye's marriage was like a house of cards. And those parties were the gust of wind that finally knocked it down. But the real question is who else was at the star-studded soiree? What other juicy interactions went down between the A-listers in attendance? Hold tight, because we're about to spill the tea on the celebrity guest list that had everyone talking, from Hollywood royalty to music industry moguls. Diddy parties were the place to see and be seen. And you won't believe which stars were spotted getting cozy with Kim and Kanye, all right. So you know those parties at Diddy's place were the hottest ticket in town, right? Well, it turns out Kim and Kanye weren't the only A-listers getting their groove on. Nah, these shindigs were packed with more stars than a Hollywood Walk of Fame. Word on the street is that Jay-Z and Beyonce were spotted at a few of these parties too. Can you imagine the power couple vibes in that room? And let's not forget about Rihanna. Rumor has it she was getting down on the dance floor like nobody's business. But hold up, because the guest list doesn't stop there. Insiders say that Leonardo DiCaprio made an appearance at one of Diddy's bashes. And if Leo's in the house, it's going to be a wild night. Plus, there were whispers of Bradley Cooper and Jennifer Lopez showing up to some of these sways. Talk about a star-studded affair. Now here's where things get really interesting. Sources say that Kim was spotted getting cozy with some of these A-listers. Like maybe a little too cozy, if you catch my drift. There were even rumors of her and Leo being a little flirty on the dance floor. Can you imagine how Kanye must have felt about that? And speaking of Kanye, he wasn't just sitting on the sidelines. While his wife was out there mingling, he was rubbing elbows with some pretty big names himself. Word is he had a few heart